Hope everybody's chill. It's KO Kirb coming to you with another video, and I felt it was a bit necessary to talk about our favorite topic, woke culture, and how it could influence the socioeconomic future of our society. Now, to preface this, I'm sure by now everyone interested in this information has heard about the outcry against Jordan Peterson for the statements he made on Twitter within the past day or two. Now, for those of you who don't know who Jordan Peterson even is, he's a clinical psychologist born in Edmonton, Canada, whose rise to prominence within the mainstream is due to this viral video he had with a college student on the topic of Nazism. So yeah, feel free to check that one out later on your own. There's a lot of people involved. It's interesting, but more on Peterson. His trajectory really didn't stop there. He really has a straightforward traditionalist way of viewing things on how one can become a better person, and he mixes it with a tendency to kind of highlight fitness and health as a baseline for a fulfilling life. So it's clear his affirmations could cause him to be a polarizing figure in modern day. A lot of people, don't really see that as justification to act the way he does, but I personally like JP. I do believe his goal is to provide an overall benefit to society. Yeah. Absolutely. Regardless, Twitter and media outlets, they roared into a frenzy the moment they caught wind of Jordan Peterson fat shaming a swimsuit model. Now, Sports Illustrated made the chancy decision to place a woman who doesn't fall into the category of what is classically thought of as a standard of beauty on the front cover of their latest edition. This selection is clearly attached to the theme Sports Illustrated has been aiming for with their most recent cover. It featured the line of issues Kim Kardashian, Sierra, Elon Musk's mother, by God. So it can be seen they've approached this with the stance that all women of any form can be beautiful. Great message, very wholesome, well received. But when it comes down to it, I feel like it doesn't create emotional prosperity for the model herself. So it doesn't make her feel better about herself for the long term in any way, potentially not even at all. And then it doesn't really create any innate physical desire for a lot of the viewers of the magazine. It's just not a standard of beauty that people tend to be attracted to. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, so, to each their own. But this brings me to my point. I personally am in complete agreement with Jordan Peterson. His tweet, pictured on the screen, I believe is actually commentary on how the woke agenda is just shilling their ideology upon the unsuspecting masses, and how in this case, the forced tolerance in order to preserve everyone's feelings is actually having the opposite effect as intended. It's making people more sensitive in the long term and more affected by these statements. Now, stating that this woman isn't beautiful did seemingly come out of left field, but if we delve into what our culture has presented to us recently, unhealthy being normalized in society has grown from a slow burn into a girthy fire tornado. Not pretty. We may have eclipsed the point of no return where, eventually a vast percentage of these influencers, they would have amassed an audience who they followed them for several years. And they've led by their example for several years. So when it comes down to the mental fortitude to endure the really hard parts of life, there's potential that, it just won't come to them because these influencers really haven't instilled the consistency and discipline in their viewers as they should. They're just doing it for entertainment purposes for the most part. So we need to be kind of proactive with that. Now, this could be disappointing for everyone involved. We really do need the upcoming generations to be ready for the shit that could be coming up ahead in the future. We need everyone on top game. Anything less could really cause our economy to lag even further due to increased unemployment or distorted values in terms of what I mentioned previously in our upcoming workforce. Civilization as we know it in the US could change in a negative way. Who knows? It really isn't like we're the pinnacle of societies right now in the first place. So maybe some change is good, but I guess everyone needs to throw their opinion at this. So A lot of you by now also have heard about Jamari, the YouTuber, great guy, commenting on the previously shown Jordan Peterson tweet. He makes fantastic content. I really do enjoy his videos normally, but he provided one of the worst takes on the subject that anyone could offer. This one remark made by JP could never erase the credibility of his entire body of work. He's given way too much of himself to a generation of people who've been seeking help in finding true purpose in themselves for a long time. I see that Jamari recanted on the original video by posting a response on his separate channel. But for me, I don't know. It doesn't come down to the insults he made towards Jordan Peterson that accidentally skewed Jamari's message. We're overlooking the fact that a response video being posted to a channel that is essentially 1/100th the size of his main channel, being near 1 million subscribers, still will cause this misinformation to spread wildly and completely promotes cancel culture, which is exactly the thing that he has verbally targeted several times. So I feel like this kind of just defeats his whole purpose. This is one of the biggest problems in social media today. Tarnishing a reputation over bad takes or old jokes that have been long since forgotten is ludicrous. Hopefully he takes it down, or at least posts his response video on the main channel as a full video, not just a comment link underneath the text thread. I definitely don't want this controversy to stay with him, so I'm betting he'll make the right move soon. Other than that, JP has now decided to take a hiatus from Twitter because he thinks we're all imbeciles. I mean, who can blame him? I mean, we all did just lose our minds on this man. The PC heroes tried to bend him over, so he made the only move and left altogether. Probably fair. I'm sure he'll be back in no time, but in the interim, let this be a good lesson for all of us. All it takes is one slip up and the hounds will be on you. So make sure when you take a shot at making a point, you just keep in mind that it probably won't be the only shot you have to take. Take it easy, everybody.